Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. The ballroom glittered with gold light and expensive perfume. Maya adjusted her silk sari, trying to hide the nervous flutter in her chest. Tonight was the company's annual dinner, a night of laughter, champagne, and, for her, silent unease. Her husband Arav stood beside her, looking slightly out of place in his simple blazer. His hands were rough from years of working in his garage, yet they were the same hands that had held her when life felt too heavy. Mr. Dev Khanna, her boss, tall, polished, and cruelly confident, spotted them from across the room. "Maya," he called, his voice echoing with false warmth. "And this must be the famous husband we keep hearing about." Maya smiled politely. "Yes, sir. This is Arav." Dev extended his manicured hand. "So, Arav, what do you do?" "I run a car repair shop in Sector 8, Arav replied calmly. The table went quiet for a moment, and then Dev laughed, a booming sound that drew eyes. "A car repair shop? Oh, I see. The kind that fixes our tires and engines?" Arav nodded, still smiling. "Yes, that's what I do." Dev leaned toward another executive. "See, gentlemen, Maya's husband keeps our cars running while she keeps our company running." What a perfect little hierarchy. Laughter rippled around the table. Maya's chest burned with humiliation. Her hand gripped her napkin until her knuckles turned white, but Arav, steady, grounded Arav, placed a calm hand over hers. "Not everyone can fix what others break, Mr. Khanna," he said softly. "It's honest work. I'm proud of it." The table fell silent. Dev's smirk faltered, but he quickly raised his glass. "To honest work, then," he said mockingly. That night, as they drove home in silence, Maya's heart broke. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "You didn't deserve that." Arav smiled, eyes on the road. "People like him measure worth by titles, not effort. Don't worry, love. Someday he'll understand the value of grease-stained hands." The following weeks were unbearable. Dev's arrogance didn't stop at that dinner. He began to needle Maya in meetings, twisting jokes around her husband's humble career. "Careful, Maya," he'd say, tapping his pen against the table. "You might start charging us hourly, like your husband's garage." The boardroom would chuckle. Maya would force a smile, but each comment chipped away at her pride. At home, Arav noticed the shadows under her eyes. "You can't let him break you," he said, holding her close. "You're more than his approval." But Maya's world was built inside that office. Years of climbing the ladder, endless nights proving herself in a man's world. She couldn't throw it away. Meanwhile, Arav's world was shifting too. His small garage had become a hub of innovation. He spent nights tinkering with electric engines, sketching blueprints on old invoices. "Imagine," he'd tell her, "cars converted from fuel to electric at half the cost. It could change everything." She believed in him, even when no one else did. One afternoon, after another round of insults in the boardroom, Maya confronted Dev. "Why do you despise people who work with their hands?" Dev smirked. "Because hands like his can't open doors like mine. You should choose your future wisely, Maya. Don't let loyalty drag you down." She stood there, heart pounding, then quietly placed her company ID on his desk. "You're right," she said. "I won't let loyalty drag me down, but I also won't let pride blind me." And with that, she walked out, tears burning, freedom trembling in every step. A year passed. The sound of welding torches replaced the office chatter. Arav's modest garage had transformed into EV Dynamics, a fast-growing electric conversion startup. The air smelled of oil and ambition. Maya, now his full-time partner, managed branding and business outreach. "Your pitch worked," Arav said one morning, handing her coffee. "We got the investors meeting next week." She smiled. "I told you," The world is finally ready for honest innovation. Their company exploded onto tech blogs, news channels, and social media. Photos of Arav, once mocked for his grease-stained hands, now appeared beside headlines like, "Local mechanic revolutionizes green technology." At a global innovation expo in Mumbai, EV Dynamics was invited to showcase its prototype. The crowd buzzed, reporters circled, and Maya felt pride radiate through her bones. Then she saw him, Dev Khanna, polished as ever, still wearing the arrogance that once wounded her. His company, DK Motors, had suffered massive losses after several failed ventures. Desperation flickered behind his charm. He approached Arav's booth, unaware of who owned it. "Impressive setup," Dev said smoothly. "Who's leading this?" Arav extended his hand. "Arav Verma, founder and CEO." Dev blinked, confusion surfacing, and then realization. His smile faltered. "Ah, Maya's husband." "Yes," Arav said, eyes steady. "And Maya's the co-founder. She's around somewhere." Dev chuckled nervously. "Well, look at that. From a small garage to a global expo. Congratulations." But Arav only nodded. "Thank you. I guess some hands do open doors, just a different kind." When Maya arrived wearing a crisp black blazer and quiet confidence, the investors turned their attention to her. "Gentlemen," she said, taking the microphone, "EV Dynamics was born in a small repair shop, built not from luxury, but from purpose." Her voice was calm, strong, every word slicing through years of humiliation. "Someone once told me my husband's hands couldn't open doors," she continued, glancing at Dev. "Today, those same hands built the key to a cleaner future." The crowd applauded. Cameras flashed. Dev's face turned pale. After the presentation, Dev approached them again, attempting civility. "I must admit you've done well. Maybe we could discuss collaboration." Arav looked at him for a long moment, then smiled kindly. "Thank you, Mr. Khanna, but we prefer to work with those who respect the work itself, not the status attached to it." Maya added softly, "You once mocked my husband for fixing engines. Today he's fixing the future." Dev had no reply. Investors whispered around him. The story spread across the hall. His arrogance, once his armor, now became his downfall. Weeks later, Dev's company filed for bankruptcy after losing key investors, many of whom now funded EV Dynamics. One evening, standing on the rooftop of their new headquarters, Maya looked at the city lights below. Arav stood beside her, the wind tousling his hair. "You remember that night?" she asked. "How could I forget?" he said, smiling. "That was the night he wrote his own ending." Maya leaned against him. "And we wrote ours." Below them, the sign glowed. EV Dynamics, powered by honest hands. Epilogue. Dev Khanna's name faded from headlines. Maya and Arav became symbols of resilience. The story of a woman who chose dignity over ego and a man who turned insult into innovation. They proved one timeless truth. Never measure a person's worth by their job, but by their character. Because sometimes the hands you mock are the hands that build your future.